Hey guys, this is Nick from Attack 2 Gone, and this is going to be an episode of 3-star conversion. So in this case, instead of looking at a single attack, we're going to look at a series of attacks against one of the hardest players on the other team, this guy called BeefCurtain. So let's take a peek at what he's got to offer. The first one to attack is Chief Bitton. So first of all, when I'm looking at the space, honestly it makes me think Hog Rider. Because there's no space in the middle, really, for any giant bombs other than potentially here. There's room for a giant bomb around here, over here, maybe on the perimeter, maybe over here. So it would be pretty easy to send in a Hog Rider to test out the waters and then send in two from different angles. The reason I didn't attack this guy is because all of his defenses are maxed other than the anti-air towers, which is going to make a Hog Rider attack with level 3 accomplish absolutely nothing. So, Chief Bitton is the first one to attack here, and he decides to use a goWiPe, which is what eventually takes out this base. However, there are a couple of mistakes he doesn't keep into account. So this is a tricky base, partially because some of the defensive units are inside of walls, but he's also got a good number of them. This guy and this guy over here, as well as the mortars that are outside of the walls. So that affects the pathing of his units. So he tries to use a wall breaker here. He's obviously trying to attack this corner. But instead of having his golems stay here and then have his wizards protected, his golems go out to the side. His golems go and attack this archer tower right here. And so he sends in wall breakers busted open, but by the time he gets that done, the golems are already going over here to the other defense, which means, now look at this, he's dropped almost all of his wizards, so all of his wizards are right in here, and they are getting pummeled because they have absolutely no protection. The clan castle troop does a bit of a number on his stuff. You can see his golems are still over here doing absolutely nothing. And take a look at that. He just dropped his last wizards, and so he's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 wizards. And he hasn't even broken, maybe 6, and he hasn't even broken into the first wall yet. So he drops his P.E.K.K.A.s. Of course, the P.E.K.K.A.s have no clear pathing, no breadcrumb buildings to pull them into the core. So they're just going to go on a shopping trip around the outside. So he is not able to penetrate to take out the town hall, and he's not really able to do much damage against this base. So he almost gets the 1 star, 44%. So let's go to the next attack. The next one was by Yi, and he uses a Dragon Rush. Now, in fairness to Yi, he wasn't planning on attacking BeefCurtain. He was going to attack Spoiled Milk, but Ronan beat him to attacking Spoiled Milk by about 9 minutes, which meant Yi had spent, an hour and a half cooking up his dragons, and suddenly he has nowhere to use them. So, first of all, we wouldn't really expect a dragon attack to work on this base. He does correctly figure out that this is going to be the hardest AD to get to, and he bombs it. However, then tries to get his loons to come in. The issue with that is pathing. So his loons, he drops them here, and he was hoping that the loons would just go in, take out this air sweeper, and then go and take out this sucker, which meant his dragons would hopefully be able to get this guy. However, that's not how the loon pathing works. It turns out that when the loons are on this side of the air sweeper, they're ever so slightly closer to that cannon. So that's the reason I didn't try to use dragons here, because I figured that the loon pathing just wouldn't work, and I was concerned about the dragons being able to get this far in, because they have to go through a ton of buildings to get there. And unfortunately, that is exactly what happens to Yi. He puts his dragons down. He initially looks like he's working on trying to create a bit of a funnel, or at least flattening out the space that his troops have to work with. Could be that he wasn't really planning on being able to get a 3-star on this, but maybe he was just trying to angle his units to get to the town hall if nothing else. So he's saving some of his dragons, he's pulled the clan castle, he's dropped those loons. He wants the loons to take out that AD as fast as possible. And then he drops his other dragons. So several issues with that attack. Just I know he wanted to get that AD taken out as soon as possible, but now those loons are unprotected. So this, while this AD has been attacking the dragons, the loons are going to get shredded by the archer tower back there, and the AD locked onto him, and they pathed in the wrong direction. So now he's got some raged dragons, so it looks like he is going to be able to take out this AD. I can't remember if he takes this one out. But it's going to be an uphill battle for him because this guy has max defenses. So, you know, we're not worried about the cannons and the mortars and stuff, but those level 10 archer towers can do real damage to dragons. And, oh, it looks like he will be able to maybe, no. Those two Teslas right next to the AD are just too much. So yeah, this attack isn't going to work. The dragons are all going to circle around, and it's going to be a 1-star for our team. So again, this would be a really, really hard base to do right on a dragon attack. He actually did a lot better than I was expecting him to do. But yeah, dragon attack isn't going to work on a base layout like that, especially with maxed up defenses like that. Okay, so almost done. The next guy to attack was SanctmSanctorum. He also did a goWiPe, and he did a little bit better than Chief did. His units were able to survive a bit longer. However, he kind of makes the same mistake that Chief did, in that he's attacking from this side, and he drops his golem. Ooh, he didn't know that that giant bomb was there, so that's useful in the next attack. But look at this other golem. So he was expecting the golems to just go straight in and provide perfect cover for a line of wizards here, which would normally work fine, but like Chief, he forgot about that outside defense. And this cannon is just going to drive the golem over this way and leave a bunch of his wizards exposed. He drops his P.E.K.K.A. in. Did a pretty good job of getting the P.E.K.K.A. to go kind of towards the center. His wizards finally catch up to try to take out that clan castle troop. Or not. Looks like the dragon is still up. But the golem went away over here. It had all of these high-level defenses pummeling it. So his first meat shield is gone. And again, he's got kind of lower-level golems, so this is going to be a harder base just because those defenses are maxed out. He drops a heal to try to keep his P.E.K.K.A.s healed up while his wizards go in. And, you know, like, he could be in a worse spot here. You know he's going to get the 2-star, and it looks like he just did. Because he was able to funnel his P.E.K.K.A.s in towards the middle, and he still had some firepower backing him up. However, his golems just got shredded by those defenses. So normally, when I'm trying to drop troops, I would say drop the golem first, like from this side, and then drop wizards behind him. One thing that was trickier about coming from this side is that there were all of these track buildings that his wizards had to get through first. And so I might have scouted out to see, okay, if we're looking at this cannon here, what's that guy's range? And then I'll just get my wizards to take out all the buildings beforehand. Then once the wizards are underway there, then drop the golems. So that way the golems aren't just sitting there absorbing damage for too long while you're waiting for your troops to come in. So in general, Sanctum does a pretty good job with this goWiPe. You know, goWiPe is, you do it right, it's a 2-star, and he does get a 2-star here. So he's done well, especially since he's still a relatively new Town Hall 8. But the fact that his golems were gone and then those P.E.K.K.A.s were gone mean that he's not going to be able to finish this out, because all the wizards that went in the middle, they've got nothing to protect him from these big bad defenses. So the wizards are gone. Barb King is going to be gone soon, and well, maybe not soon, maybe in a minute. But long story short, he's not going to be able to get the 3-star. So it might have helped if he'd kept the fact that one of those golems would get distracted by the outside defense in mind, that defense over here, and also maybe tried to not let those golems just sit there on their own and just get absolutely destroyed by the defenses, especially since they're a little lower. Golems are good at soaking up those damage, but it helps if they've got some damage-dealing units immediately behind them. Okay, so that was the second to the last attack. All of these attacks did do a good job of helping Sven get the final 3-star, and he also did a goWiPe. So Sanctum showed him exactly where the giant bomb was, so he triggers that off the bat, and then he does something really smart. He knows that these defenses, here, are going to be distracting for his golems if they're there. So instead of trying to drop his golems over on this side and then being confused when they wandered over instead to try to go for the external defenses, he just accepts that the golems are going to be attracted there, and then he drops his golems appropriately. I really like his use of an earthquake here. It means that, yeah, he's got some wall breakers, but they're not really needed because he has an open shot to the clan castle. Note that he did drop his damage-dealing units pretty soon after his golems, so that his golems aren't just sitting there on their own. So they take out the clan castle. He's got masses of wizards coming in, and check it out. He's still got, well, it looks like one of the golems split up, but he's still got a decent amount of health in this guy. He's got a P.E.K.K.A. going over here. He's got this P.E.K.K.A. heading this way with these wizards to back it up. And he's got the Barb King, another tanking unit, going on the other side with the wizards. So all in all, we've got tank damage dealing units, tank damage dealing units behind him, tank damage dealing units, which means he is going to demolish the space, even though those defenses are so highly leveled. So the golems exploded, and it's a sign of how strong these defenses are, that even with his level 2 golems, he's barely got the remnants of one remaining. But he did a good job of placing his units, of choosing the side that he was going to attack from, and all of that really helped him get the 3-star on this sucker. So very nice job, Sven, and just an overview of a tough base. Things we tried, things that didn't work, and things to keep in mind.